In football, the most important aspect of winning titles is defense. The biggest teams ever always had a phenomenal backline. There is a saying that always comes back to my mind when I think about great teams. Attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. For instance, AC Milan in 2003 had a pairing of Alessandro Nesta and Paolo Maldini, arguably one of the two best Italian defenders of all time. Liverpool in 2019 had Van Dijk, Matip, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson at the back. When you have that defense, you don't really need a great attack, frankly speaking. And Barcelona in the recent years have suffered for this exact reason. Their defense was always shaky, and the defenders weren't really the best in the world. But finally, in 2024, this problem is looking solvable. Why? Because of Pau Cubarsí. I have never seen a defender so young at just 17 play with so much courage and no fear about what the attackers will do. He, alongside Ronald Araujo, will lead the defense for the many years to come. But how good can he really become? Or we can get delusional. Can he reach the level of Gerard Pique? To answer that, we need to go back to 2007. Pau Cubarsí was born on 22 of January 2007 in Girona, Catalonia. He actually began his career at Girona before moving to Barcelona in 2018. At their academy, he had to work hard and compete with the best young players in the world. And so, having progressed through the academy, he became the third youngest Barcelona player to debut in the UEFA Youth League, behind guess who? Lamine Yamal and Ilaix Moriba. And maybe the phrase youngest to ever has become worthless over time because of Lamine Yamal. You hear this every time this kid plays or starts a game. But even so, being the third youngest player to ever debut in the UEFA Youth League is not a small feat, especially when you are a defender. As an attacker, your mistakes are not always crucial. If you lose the ball in the opponent's penalty area, that doesn't signal immediate danger. While if you lose the ball in your own half as a defender, you are getting cooked. That of course adds a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Saying that, in April 2023, Pau Cubarsí was called up by Xavi to train with the first team of Barcelona. He only signed his professional contract 3 months later. He was included in Barcelona's 2023-2024 preseason squad. And so, with his performances and efforts, he rose through the ranks, and on 18th of January 2024, he made his debut for the first team against Unionistas de Salamanca in the Copa del Rey. He was subbed on in the 46th minute, and to say that he impressed everyone is to say nothing. At first, Xavi brought him on just to rest the main first team players, and the 16-year-old kid entered the pitch with no hesitation. He didn't play like some La Masia graduate, or like someone who is there to play on the bench. No, he took this opportunity with both hands, showing everyone that age is just a number. Well, let me change that phrase. He showed everyone that he is able to play for Barca despite being so young. Nevertheless, his ability to play at such a good level granted his first start for Barcelona's first team in the next match against Real Betis. It was in La Liga one day before his 17th birthday. What a gift. But this is not all. On 12th of March, he was named player of the match on his Champions League debut against Napoli. Still, I'm not going to let his performance against them go under the radar. Many underestimate how good he actually was. But let me tell you this, the match in the round of 16 against Napoli was Barca's most important match of the season, no doubt. Xavi decided to leave Barcelona, and the only way to honor his name is to perform in the Champions League. Furthermore, the first leg ended in a 1-1 draw, and so the pressure was on the team. This kid, Pau Cubarsí, was 17 years old. He was making his debut in the most important game of the season, and if he was an attacker, then maybe this wouldn't be so impressive. Yes, you are under pressure as an attacking player, but being a defender takes it to a whole nother level. If you make just one big mistake, then you are getting slandered after the match, for sure. Meanwhile, Cubarsí toyed with attackers like Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. Keep in mind that they won the Serie A title last season, being regarded as the best attacking duo. But for Cubarsí, this was just another game, and he kept them silent. He was not only defending, but Pau also helped the attacking part of the game. As he pressed high up the pitch, he recovered the ball in important areas many times, and his passing was just excellent. But his incredible performances didn't stop there. As against Atletico Madrid, he played like an experienced player, like someone who had no right to be this young and this good. And I know this is stupid to say, but watching him reminds me of someone like Carles Puyol or Gerard Pique. They were fearless too, and they played for the club with their heart. For a team that had massive issues in the defensive regards, having a player that has passion and love for the club is very important. Barca had Araujo, who is an incredible captain, but he needed someone to partner him in defense. Koundé is also a fantastic defender, but he is oftentimes forced to play as a right back, and so the only options would be Inigo Martinez and Christensen. Good, but not good enough. And so Cubarsí arrived as a solution to all problems. Also, look at his face. Bro is really this emoji in real life. But don't let the looks fool you. He is certainly not cute or nerdy when he needs to defend for Barca. He is a born captain, just like a certain Gerard Pique. Well, Pique was not cute with Shakira, but on the pitch, that's a different story. So again, we are coming back to this question. Can Pau Cubarsí be as good as Gerard Pique? And to that I say, no, well, why not? The reason why I think this is possible is because we are not comparing Cubarsí with someone like Messi or Ronaldo, whose level is just impossible to reach. And don't get me wrong, Pique is a legend of the game, one of the best defenders ever. But I will go on and even say this. Pau Cubarsí not only can get as good as Pique, but he could become even greater. But there is one thing that can influence his whole career: the club. You see, when Pique was in his prime, Barcelona was in its prime. They won 6 damn trophies in one season. Only Barca and Bayern Munich have ever achieved this feat, and Pique was playing in defense alongside Carles Puyol, Dani Alves and Eric Abidal, with Yaya Touré as the central defensive midfielder. The point I'm trying to make is that Pique had a crazy team around him. Was he incredible as well? Yes, of course. But would he achieve the same things had the team been different? No. Now, if we look at the current Barcelona squad, the defense is not looking bad at all. Cubarsí is partnered by Araujo, who will become the greatest defender one day, João Cancelo on the left and Jules Koundé on the right. This is not looking bad at all, but making the right decisions is the only way. And that will be difficult, because Barca's financial situation cannot guarantee that the club can keep all the important players. Araujo is a huge asset, and if a perfect offer arrives, I'm afraid that the club won't be able to reject it. And so, for Cubarsí to become one of the greatest defenders, the club needs to assure him a winning project, a stable financial situation and a great partner in defense. If Barcelona can do this, then I can 100% say this: Cubarsí will become better than Gerard Pique. Well, enough yapping. What about Cubarsí's international career? Because there wouldn't be a Barca Legend video without this section. Cubarsí has represented the Spanish national team from under 15 to under 17 level. In March 2024, he was called up to the Spain senior team by Luis de la Fuente, but unfortunately he made his international debut in a 1-0 loss to Colombia. He also became the youngest ever defender to play for Spain, aged 17 years, 1 month and 28 days old, beating the record held by Sergio Ramos back in 2005. And there is nothing more to say about his international career. That's it for now. It's too early to judge, but if he will play in the Euros 2024, we will be able to form some more conclusions. Maybe he will get a starting spot over Robin Lenormand. Until then, I can make another bet. This video is made before the PSG match happened, and I can guarantee that Pau Cubarsí will have another top performance in the Champions League. And if I was right, then you have to like the video and subscribe to the channel. No guys, but actually this video is made before the PSG match, and I'm editing the video as we speak, and Cubarsí's performance against PSG was just mind-blowing. So like I said, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it helps me a lot. Now let's get back to the video. Pau Cubarsí has a very bright future ahead. With a young and promising Barcelona team, he can reach heights we never even expected. Like I said, he can be as good as Pique and even better. We have a golden generation at Barcelona. If these kids get better day by day, then sky is the limit. Saying that, Cubarsí has to make sure that fame and money don't get into his head too much, as it is the case with many young talents. He needs to stay focused, and again, if he does so, sky's the limit. And that's the entire career of Pau Cubarsí. Only time will tell if he fulfilled his potential, and we are here to witness his evolution day by day.